In this video, we're going to help set up your packages. So to set packages, first we're going to go to Operations. Within Operations, we're going to click on the Packages tab. Now at this point, you should have already set up all of your services. So if you haven't, definitely go back to the services video and tell the system which services you offer. At this point, we're going to create our packages now. So simply put, packages hold a whole bunch of services within it. Packages is your pricing. Really, packages is what your customers are going to buy from you. So let's configure your first package. To do so, I'm going to hit Add New Package, and I'm going to show you how to create a new package. So when you're creating a new package, the first thing you're going to want to do is enter a package name. So this one, in the example I have here, I have conventional oil changes, semi-synthetic oil changes, and synthetic oil changes. So for this example, I'll create a conventional oil change. Now, it's really important that this package name is very clear, because this package name is what's going to show up on your invoice. This is what customers are going to see. So make sure it's very clear. Make sure your naming conventions are consistent, and of course, make sure you put what the service is, oil change as an example. Otherwise, your customers are going to see on their invoice maybe a funny naming convention, and they're not going to be super crystal clear on what they've paid for. Internal package name is optional. You can add this if you like. It's really up to you for internal tracking. If you have multiple shops and maybe you have a conventional oil change for one shop versus another, you can use this internal name to mark something slightly different. Customers will never see that, so you can use it if you like. Same with package description. You don't have to use it, but if you want to put a bit of a description regarding what's going to happen within this oil change, you can write it in there and then decide whether you want that description to show up on the invoice or not. So you can play with those settings. Of course, everything you're seeing here in this package is editable. So you can create the package, you can go onto your invoices, see what it kind of looks like, and if you don't like the way it looks, you can come back here and make modifications later on. Okay, so let's get into kind of the meat and potatoes of the package. We've said it's a conventional oil change, which is great. The next really important part is telling the system which services are we going to complete for the customer within this package. So I'm going to hit here, plus service, and I'm going to pick the services that I'm offering. Now, these are all the services my shop offers, so your list will look a bit different. Again, if you don't see any services here, you have to go back to the services tab and add those services in. In this example, I'm doing an engine oil change. So I'm going to drain the oil, and I'm going to change the filter. So I'm going to check those two services off and hit continue. Now you'll see when you've done that, you have two services now: engine oil drain and refill, and engine oil filter remove and replace. You can add as many services as you like. So if you wanted to have a Christmas special that also had a cabin air filter in there, or maybe some wiper blades, you can add those additional services in. This is all customizable. Okay, so now we've told the system we're going to do an oil change, and these are the two services within that oil change that we're going to complete. The next thing we can do, which is pretty basic, is set the base service price. So what's the base price for this oil change? I'll set mine to $69. Okay. At this point, we have a package for $69 with two services within it. The system right now, if we save this, would charge $69 every time, no matter what. But we're going to do something with pricing badges in a second to change the way the pricing works for this package. Now, before we do that, there's one more thing we're going to look at. So inventory refiners is a really important feature. And what inventory refiners lets you do is it lets you refine which inventory items are available to be served up inside of this package. So basically, if you wanted any engine oil to be eligible for this package, you can leave it as is. And as you can see, the default part type is already engine oil. So it will show you all your engine oil, and you can pick the engine oil. Now in this case, I really only want my conventional engine oil to show up. So I'm going to edit the refiners. So I'm going to click Edit Refiners here. When I'm in here now, I'm going to hit Add Refiner. And there's four main ways you can refine your inventory. So before I actually do this one, I'll walk you through the few of them. The first option is to refine inventory by tag. And what that would do, more info on tagging is in a separate video, but if you use tagging, you can basically tag your inventory items with a specific tag, name it whatever you like, and you can here tell the system only pull in inventory items that have that tag. So that's one way to do this. Another option is by part type. So you can tell the system only pull inventory items that are a specific part type. In this case, the system already knows that engine oil drain and refill looks at the part type engine oil, so you don't really need to do it. But for a custom service, you could use part type to make that relationship yourself. The other options here are oil specific, so viscosity and oil formulation. So in this example, I'm going to want to go to oil formulation and say, just show me, in this example, first thing I'm going to want to do is say my part type, I want it to be engine oil. So I'm going to do that and search for the part type engine oil, and there it is. So I'm going to select engine oil. Great. The next thing I want to do is you'll see there's a sub-refiner. So I don't want it to just show me engine oil. I want it to show me engine oil, and oil formulation is going to be conventional. Okay, so engine oil and oil formulation is conventional. And I'm going to hit Save Refiners. And that's it. So now you'll see that this package, is only going to pull in my engine oil that is also conventional. One more thing to show you in here. If you wanted to get more complicated with this, just keep a very close eye on the and or statements. So if I wanted to have conventional oil and maybe I also wanted synthetic oil, I could create a new refiner. See how this is new and it's not a sub-refiner? And I can hit New Refiner. And here I'm going to say, I'm going to say I want part type of engine oil. And this sub-refiner, let's say I want oil formulation to be synthetic blend, for example. So in this case, you'll see I have one statement above. Oh, and I took off my other one. Let me put that back. So here I'm saying I want engine oil that's conventional, or I want engine oil that's synthetic blend. And it would bring both of those up, but it would not bring up my full synthetic oil. So you can get very creative in here with the tagging system, the part types, the oil formulation. There's a whole bunch of configurations you can set up. Usually you don't really have to get that complicated, but if there is a very niche scenario where you want to create a package that only serves certain inventory items, you can reach out to us and we can help set this up with you. So for this example, I'm going to go back and say I just want my oil formulation to be conventional, engine oil, conventional, and hit Save. And that looks good. Okay. Now, similarly, that was for engine oil drain and refill. If I go down to engine oil filter, remove, and replace, I can do the same thing for the inventory refiners. So some things you might want to do for a filter. So I'm going to go in here and, as you can see, engine oil filter is already set up. So you really don't have to do anything if you just want all of your engine oil filters to show up. But if I wanted to, I can go into here, edit refiners. I could say, show me my engine oil filters. And let's say, for example, I had a specific tag where I only wanted certain engine oil filters to show up. I can say, give me the ones that are just my OEM tagged ones, and I can hit Save on that. And you'll see now this package would only serve up engine oil filters that are also tagged with the tag OEM. And again, more info on the tagging system in the tagging video. But basically, there's a lot of power behind this feature, and you can do a whole bunch of cool stuff. For now, though, I don't want this. I actually want all my oil filters to show up. So I'm going to go back into Edit Refiners. I'm going to X these out and hit Save. Okay, so that's inventory refiners. The next thing we can do is pricing configurations. As I mentioned earlier, currently the price is $69, and that's a flat price. It would not change. We know, though, that usually you're going to want to change your price depending on how much oil the car needs. So we're going to use pricing badges for that. So again, always looking up at like the parent item here, services, we're in engine oil, drain, and refill. For engine oil, I'm going to add a pricing badge. And the price, what I want to do for pricing here is I want to charge an extra amount if the car is over 5 quarts. So I'm going to go into pricing badges and show you a few examples of how you can charge different amounts. So inside pricing badge, there's a few different options. There's a whole bunch here, which we'll walk through all of them in a second, but for now I'm going to show you the overage one. I'm going to click overage, And the overage badge basically lets you charge an overage amount over whatever the free amount included is in this package. So in this example, I'm going to say 5 quarts is included for free. So I'm simply going to put 5 here, and I'm going to hit save. Now the system knows that there's a pricing badge added on this service. And if the car takes more than 5 quarts of oil, the system is going to charge for each of those quarts that are over the original 5 included quarts. Now, what price is it going to charge? The price it's going to charge is going to be dependent on the inventory item itself. So when you load your inventory item, and we'll talk about that in the inventory video, whatever your retail is per quart, that's going to be the price per quart that's going to get added to this package total. Okay. So I'm going to leave that as is for now. You'll see right now, this badge is applied to all inventory items that get included here. So any oil that gets included into this package is going to have this pricing logic. And I'm going to show you in a second a scenario where you wouldn't want that to be the case necessarily. So I'm going to go down to filters here next. Now for engine oil filter, most engine oil filters are going to be included for free in this package. However, you might have some premium filters that you want just on those premium filters to charge an extra amount to the customer. So I'll show you how that would be set up. Similarly to the oil setup, I'm going to add a pricing badge. Now this time, I'm going to use the retail pricing badge. This basically says charge the retail price of the inventory item. And I'm going to save that badge. Now, just like before, if I left this as is and saved this package, any filter that I add to this package will get charged. Any filter that's added will automatically add a retail charge to this package price. So if the package price is $69 and I add a $10 filter, the total package price will become $79. But like we mentioned earlier, I don't want that to actually happen on all my inventory items. I only want that to happen on maybe my premium filters or my OEM filters. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply that badge to a specific tag. And we're going to say only charge the retail on items that have this tag. So I'm going to click this. And you'll see here, I have a few tags already. If I wanted to create a new tag, you'd put plus tag and add a new one. But I don't want to do that. I'm going to use an existing one. So I'm going to say apply badge to tag. And for example, I just want to charge on my OEM filters. So I'm going to say OEM and hit save. So now the system knows that when a filter is added to this package, it's going to look at the tag. And if it sees a tag on the filter that says OEM, it knows to charge the retail price. If it does not see the tag, then it's not going to charge the retail price, and it will not add any additional price to this package. So a lot of this might seem kind of confusing, but once you've set it up, you set this up one time, you never need to worry about it later on, and the system knows exactly what to charge, when to charge it on all your different filters and oils and any other inventory items you have. Okay, so that's the basics of inventory refiners and pricing configurations. Next, let's go through one more thing you can do in packages. So this is the base of your package, of course, your services, your inventory refiners, your pricing, your base price. But there's one more thing you can add here, which is casual items. These casual items can be included inside your package. So I'm going to add one as an example. There's a few drop-down list items you can pull from if you want to have labor or supply fees, but you can also click other and type in whatever you want. So if you wanted to use this line to type in any additional fee inside this package, you can do so. In this example, I'll just add a labor line as an example. So say I wanted to also charge $10 worth of labor. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. If you had $10 worth of labor that you wanted to include in this package, you could just not put that line in and charge $79 up here. That's also fine. This casual line is more so if you want it broken out so you can see all the breakouts. So again, you don't have to use it, but if you wanted to, you can come here. You could add a labor line for $10. Now, the one advantage to using this casual item line is that it lets you do tax exemptions at a more granular level. So I could say that just this $10 is tax exempt, and I could hide it on the order, yes or no. Now, of course, the total package price will always show on the order, but you can hide these lines as well. So it's up to you if you want it broken out slightly differently. Okay, so I'm going to leave this package price at $79. I'm going to scroll down. The next section here is package recommendation frequency. So you can add how often you want your customer to get this service done. So I'm going to put, let's put 5,000 miles. Now this information here is all going to print out on your sticker printer. So I'm going to put 5,000 miles there, and I'm going to say every, let's say 6 months. So I'll drag this over. Now there's a few more configurations for the sticker. So it depends which sticker you use. We can get you guys a Godex sticker, but you can a sticker printer, but you can use other printers as well. So depending on the stickers you have, you can use these different toggles depending on if you have a logo at the top or not, or if you already have next due message kind of typed onto the sticker. So you can play with these toggles to see what matches your stickers. The easiest option is just to get blank stickers and let everything print onto it. But there's a few ways you could play with that. And lastly, on this package, you can configure how long it's going to take you if you are using the scheduling system. So the scheduling system lets customers book appointments with you, and this just sets how much of a time block you need to complete that service. So we'll talk more about scheduling in the scheduling video. I'm going to save this package as is, and you'll see when we save it, I'm going to return to packages. There's my conventional oil change package for $79. Now, if I wanted to edit this package, I can click the little edit button, and it brings me in here, and I can edit everything we just did. Just don't forget, if you make a change somewhere, just don't forget to hit save at the bottom. So I can edit that package very easily. I can delete that package with the little garbage sign here. And the last thing I can do is I can copy that package. So we definitely recommend, once you've gone through all the work of creating an oil change package like that, instead of doing all that work again, it's very simple to copy that package. You can enter your new name. So this could be, obviously give it a real name. Don't do this. And I can make a copy real quick, and you'll see there's my conventional 2 package, which I can then go ahead and change that to synthetic and change all my pricing in here. And you'll see all your other configurations are set up. So you can go in here, you can modify your inventory refiners, you can modify your price. And rather than starting from scratch, you can start from a nice base of a package and go ahead and make any edits. Okay, so I'm going to delete that one because I don't need it. Okay, so there's conventional oil change package. I'm going to show you one more type of package. And again, you can do all sorts of flexible things with these packages. But another common setup is, let's do a cabin air filter package. So again, I'm going to hit add new package. I'm going to add my package name. Again, you can add your own internal name if you'd like, and internal description. Okay, next under services, of course, is a cabin air filter package. So I'm going to add the service of cabin air filter, remove and replace, and continue. Now there's a couple ways to do this. The first way is if I'm going to charge $30 for every cabin air filter, the easiest way is to say $30 for my base service amount, hit save, and I'm done. That's it. I'm always going to charge $30 for my cabin air filter package. The second option, though, is if you want to actually charge a different price for each of your cabin air filters because some of them might be more expensive than others, there's a different way you would set this up. And the way you would do that is you'd actually leave your base price at $0, and instead we're going to add a pricing badge. So right now the package is $0. This whole package would cost nothing. But instead we're going to add a pricing badge, and I'm going to choose the retail pricing option. I'm going to hit save badge. And now the system knows no matter what cabin air filter is added to this package, the package is going to add the retail price of that inventory item to the package total. So it looks funny now that the package is only worth $0, but basically as soon as you add an inventory item, the package price is going to change to that inventory item retail price. So I'm going to leave it at $0. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I'm going to hit save. And that's it. So now there's my cabin air filter package. It looks kind of funny that it's only $0, but based on the configuration, we know that when we actually pick a cabin air filter to go inside that package, it's going to charge the retail price of that inventory item. So if you have a $35 filter, it'll charge $35. If you pick a $40 filter, it'll charge $40. Okay. So one more thing to look at in packages is this little section here, view operation access. So we already talked about how you can edit, copy, and delete any package. But if I click view operation access, it shows me which operations have access to this package. So in my case, I have 4 shops and they all have access to this package. But if, for example, shop 2 I know is not going to offer cabin air filters, I can go ahead and remove this package from that location. Vice versa, if I wanted shop 2 to offer a cabin air filter service, I can hit plus operations, I can select shop 2, hit save, and now as you can see, all 4 of these shops offer that package. The other thing you can see here is the scheduling app. So these 2 operations have scheduling turned on, whereas my shop 1 and shop 2 do not. Right now, you cannot schedule this appointment from the customer-facing scheduling app. But if I wanted you to be able to, I can turn on that little toggle, and now customers can schedule that on the front end of my website. So again, more details on scheduling in the scheduling app, and that's the basics of packages.